Welcome to our weekly news roundup, where we bring you the most important stories from around the globe. This week has been a whirlwind of events, from natural disasters to political upheavals. We've seen the devastating power of nature, the fragility of peace, and the ongoing struggle for human rights. Our goal is to cut through the noise and bring you the stories that matter, providing context and analysis to help you understand the complex world we live in. This week, heavy rainfall in Nigeria's Borno state triggered a disaster, causing the already damaged Alau Dam to collapse. The resulting floods have been catastrophic, sweeping away homes and livelihoods. Imagine entire villages submerged, families struggling to survive with nothing but the clothes on their backs. This region was already grappling with a humanitarian crisis, fueled by armed conflict and food insecurity. Now the floods have compounded these existing challenges, displacing thousands and pushing an already vulnerable population to the brink. Aid organizations are working tirelessly to provide assistance, but the needs are overwhelming. The situation in Nigeria is a stark reminder of the devastating impact of climate change and the urgent need for action. We'll continue to follow this story and provide updates on the relief efforts. Amidst these global challenges, world leaders gathered in New York for the 79th session of the UN General Assembly. The theme this year, Unity, a call for nations to come together and find common ground in a world increasingly fractured. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres delivered a powerful address, calling for a culture of peace and highlighting the interconnected threats facing our planet. Climate change, of course, took center stage. Guterres urged leaders to move beyond rhetoric and take concrete action to curb emissions and address the climate emergency. He also addressed the escalating conflicts in various parts of the world, emphasizing the importance of diplomacy and dialogue in resolving disputes. The UN General Assembly serves as a critical platform for dialogue and cooperation. Whether these calls for unity will be heeded remains to be seen. Turning our attention now to US politics, where former President Donald Trump continues to be a dominant force. His recent comments have ignited a firestorm of controversy, even within his own party. Trump made bold, some might say outlandish, claims about his potential energy policy if re-elected, suggesting he could make the US energy independent within a matter of days. He also dismissed concerns about climate change, echoing his previous stance on the issue. These remarks, delivered with his signature bluntness, have reignited the debate over energy, climate, and the direction of the Republican Party. Trump remains a popular figure among his base, but his polarizing rhetoric continues to alienate moderate voters. As the 2024 election heats up, Trump's presence looms large, and his every word will be scrutinized. The question is, will his words translate into votes? It's been 2 years since the tragic death of Mahsa Amini sparked widespread protests in Iran. Amini, a young woman, died in police custody after being arrested for allegedly violating the country's strict dress code. Her death ignited a movement, with women taking to the streets to demand greater freedoms and an end to the oppressive regime. 2 years on, the fight continues, but so does the crackdown. The Iranian government has responded with brute force, arresting activists, journalists, and anyone deemed a threat to the regime. Women in particular have faced relentless persecution for daring to speak out. Despite the risks, the spirit of resistance remains unbroken. Women in Iran continue to find ways to make their voices heard, demanding their fundamental rights. Their courage in the face of such adversity is a testament to the power of the human spirit. The world is watching, and the fight for freedom in Iran will continue. That's all for this week's News Roundup. We've covered stories of tragedy, resilience, and the ongoing struggle for a better world. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the news, but we believe it's more important than ever to stay informed, to engage in meaningful conversations, and to demand accountability from our leaders. Stay informed and see you next time.